Hey everyone, welcome all. So this is our third project towards uh, React, JavaScript, and Node.js. Today we're going to see about another Node.js project. Basically, this will really helpful to structure your Node.js application. We're going to create as similar to user management system. We're going to create it. Well, we're going to create half of the user management system. The remaining single page routes is going to be your task. You're going to create by your own. Okay. So what we're going to learn today in this video or in this project is we're going to see about how MVC architecture is going to be assigned and how we can how can we structure our Node.js file with an MVC architecture pattern, and how can we keep our code much more neat and clean, and how we can work more effective. And also we're going to see about how to use our application and make it much more reliable, and how can we work with that, and a small intro about user interface is also going to be there. Okay, so let us see how we can do this. So it is an empty folder. I just opened the hyper terminal. Okay, so you can use whatever terminal that you like to use. So what I'm going to do is I just going to say yarn init. You can use npm also. It completely depends upon you. Just give whatever you want to give. Once it is done, then I just want to add a certain packages to start my node project. So what are the packages I need? Well, right now I need yarn env file. So it is an environment file. We're going to see what is environment file is also going to do, and how can we work with the environment file in React. Sorry, Node.js. We're going to see, and I need Express, a framework for Node.js that's going to really helpful to build our application much more faster. And then we're going to see about Express EJS layouts. Okay, we're going to see this one, and what we going to see the next is going to be we need EJS. Okay, and more is needed right now. I just go and click here. It just started. Okay, I think it's not .env. Let me go for the Google, and I just say .env npm package. You can see this. If you have any errors with this, just you can see the installation. What is the how to install the .env is like npm install .env. We have done. Okay. Okay, I just forgot of the installation. npm add I forgot. I just simply write like everything. You need to use yarn add, like npm install yarn add, then only it start to install. You need to write use the right command. Okay, so once you installed, it will forms a basic structure. We'll go inside it and we will start to work on there. Okay, so this Node.js project, it's clearly gives an understanding about how you can structure your backend file according to the MVC pattern, and what is MVC, and what are the things that will we need to put in MVC, which means model, view, and controller. Those things we will learn it clearly. Meanwhile, you will learn about how your backend application is going to be structured and how it is going to be work. That's also it will be done. Okay, so we'll see this once it is installed. We will continue here. Okay, so what we're going to create is in the first projects of doc API, we know that the REST API we need basically 7 routes, right? So one route is get everything, another route is going to be post, another route is going to be delete, and then single get, single update, and put and patch will be there, and then single delete will be there. So I'm not going to touch the single update, single post, and sorry, single thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create routes that get every data and also post something and going to delete something. These 3 routes I'm going to create. Okay. And the remaining 3 routes you're going to create and you're going to fulfill it. Okay. So that's a fair deal, right? So let me open it with VS Code. That's the next one. I'm just going to open it with VS Code. Let me show you how the VS Code is structured. Okay, you can able to see how the VS Code is structured, right? Just a minute. Yeah. So here the VS Code is simply like this. And inside this package manager, we have .env file, express, EJS, and everything will be here. So what I want to do is here is go here, just creating app.js. This is going to act our main file. And here in this package.json, you can able to see we have the dev dependencies and those things will be there. Okay. So these are other dev dependency. Here I just going to add and one more thing also. So we can node one node app.js. This is going to be a script file, or else you can what you can do. You can create a script file here, and you can start to view like scripts. Okay, so it's going to be I just tell like start. Okay, it's going to be node mon app.js. Okay, you can save like this. Then you don't want to write nodemon app.js every time. Instead of this, you can use the yarn start. So it is going to run the nodemon app and it is going to run it for us. Okay, so right now nothing is here. So what I'm going to do, we're going to set up the basics server setup. Okay, so what are the things that we need is basically we install .net file, right? So I just going to use a .env. This is not needed right now. Let me explain once whenever we need it. Okay, so the next thing what we're going to see in app.js is first we need to set up the server. That is the foremost thing. It is going to use the import and you can see it is throwing an error because we need to set up the module. What kind of JS we're going to use. So I just going to say it's going to be module. It's going to be sorry. It's going to be the uh, type. Type is going to be module. When you save it, uh, you will not get the errors later. Okay. So what I need? I need an express. Okay. I just going to say express. I need import express from express. Import express from express. And the next thing what I need to do is const app equal to express. Just running the express. And here we're going to have port. Okay. Basically the port I will post it in the local host 5000. And also I'm going to say about if the 5000 port is not available. Okay. So just going to use this or sign and I just going to say process dot env dot port. So what is this process.env portal? Simply, if you are in local host, it will take up the 500. But if you are in a server, okay, so in that time, what will happen? You need to take up the port from that page, right? It's need to take up from the server. So this port, we will set it in this .env file, the server port where it is going to take up. We will set it down. So if right now it is local host, it's going to take up this. If we add it to the server, it will going to take up this. Okay, that's what it is. And I just going to say app dot listen. Okay, I'm going to say this one listen to the port. Okay, and it is going to add an arrow function. If the port is successfully listened, console.log. Okay, just say port is listening on like this. You get the value also. Okay. Once I save this, click on here. You can see port is listening on 5000. So successfully our port is set. And if for check this one, Select this one. Let us go for our application. Click on localhost, local, local host 5000. Click it. You can able to see your server is hosted, but there is no get routers there. So the next thing is what I'm going to do is we're going to set up the get routes. So that's the thing. So before that, we need to do a lot of things. Let me do that. First thing what I'm going to see is we're going to add the body parser. Here we don't install body parser. You will notice that we haven't installed the body parser because right now the body parser module is going to be a built-in module is built inside the Express itself. You can use Express itself as a body parser. Okay. How can you use it? Just app.use. Instead of body parser, you can what you can say is you can use the Express itself. Express dot URL encoded standard set to be true. Standard set to be true. Okay, and then this is used to parse. It is used to parse our data from the form URL. Okay, and then we need to like an object or a JSON file. We need to parse it. So that is why we're going to have express. The next method express dot JSON. We're going to not use this JSON method for as of now. Okay, okay. So you can set this. So this is body parser. Need maximally this one, and this is used to pass the JavaScript object content data. Okay, this one, and then we're going to set up a static route. Okay, so where our static files are going to be there, it is going to be app.use. Okay, I just say static page, which means we're going to set up the public page. That's what it is. App.use. Okay, express dot static is going to be public. So what is this public? Well, inside this public only all your what can I say? The image file, those things will be there. Okay, if you added any images and if you want to go for anywhere like to route it, then you will go for here. So let us create a folder in the name of public. We don't have any public folder here, so we will move on to the next one. So what is this? Is layout, layout, layout setting. So notice that we have installed a package called Express Layout. That is what we're going to see. What is Express Layout is? So basically, Express Layout is a commonly available like layouting thing. Yes, I can say Express EJS layout from Express layout. Okay, like this. And what is this Express layout will do means, for example, in all our application, if my header and footer is going to be common, right? So those common things I will create a layout and I can put it there. Okay. So let's see how we can use it. So first, let the app.use express to use this Express layout, Express EJS layout. It is going to use it, and now I just going to say app.set. Going to set the layout. Okay, and you need to tell what is the file path that you're going to set. The file path is going to be dot slash layout slash main. I will explain this. What is dot slash layout slash main? Okay, once we set the view engine. So now it's time to set the view engine. App.set. Okay, so view engine. We know that what is view engine will do. So actually views folder inside that only all our EJS file will be there. So inside that only we going to set our layout also. Okay, inside we're going to create a views and we're going to have a layout folder, and inside this layout folder we're going to have a main EJS file, and that file is going to be common for all the files. Let me explain how it will going to work. I just go not here, go here, and I just going to say views. Okay, remember it's views, and here it is going to be layout. So it is spelling correctly and type whatever the correct spelling you have enter. And inside this is going to be main.ejs. Okay, it should be inside this one. Okay, so inside this main.ejs, what we're going to have is we're going to have a common this one is a head tag. So what I'm going to do is, let me take like this. This is going to be the main.js. And now I think I don't want to add anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the common route. So I'm just going to say app.get. Okay. I'm just going to say dot slash. Okay. It's going to be arrow function. And I just say res first and response res dot render page called index. So we don't have index.js file. Inside this view folder, I'm just going to create the index.js file. Okay. Just creating here. I want this to be in here. Okay, now you can see layout is in here and index.ejs is here. And inside this index.ejs, I just going to say h1 select. Okay, so now go here, just refresh here. You can see nothing we are getting, but if I right click and then not, I just say you can able to see this layout folder. We set the layout, right? You can able to see we are getting the layout here, right? So what I want to do is whatever things that you are going to render, it will be comes here, and you can use the common EJS pattern to add also. And I will highly recommend an extension for EJS, that is EJS. Yeah, this one. EJS language support by Digital Brainstem. So Digital Brainstem, this one, it gives an automatic support when while we are writing this. Okay, writing working with EJS. So let me explain how this layout file is working. So here, what can I do is in this app.js file, I can say const const info. Okay, info is going to be an object. Let's say title equal to we can say like okay home page okay, like this. And what can I pass is I just pass the info into this one. Now let me go here into the main.js, and here what can I do is I just say dash. You can able to see the extension is giving me all the things. EJS tag output, so this is what we need. So I just want uh, info dot title. Okay, let us save here. Go here. Just give a refresh. You can see that we are having error. So let's see what is the error that we are getting. The error is reference main.vue.js meta tag and okay. Let me wrap this. So before this, it is going to add the uh, this one. Okay, it is going to be the body. Let me refresh this one. Okay, so now we are getting this error. The title is not rendering. It is telling that title info is not defined. So that's the error. So info is here. Info we paused here. So what is the issue? Why we are not getting this one? App.get, and we are having this one. Sorry, just a minute. Okay. EJS. Let me go here. Okay, let me do one thing. What is the main dot this one? Okay. So info dot EJS is not defined in. Let me make here and change this to info. Okay, info is not defined. Somehow it is not rendering. Let me check that. to set the routes, then we will sort it out this. Okay. So here we are adding the routes. That is actually we don't want it. So what we going to see is, okay. So what the next thing? So the layouts are different from partials. So partials is like you can use it wherever you want it and you can use it. Layouts are different. Here you can create a folder called partials, and if you want to add it, you can add inside this layout. Okay, it will become. Okay, for example, if you use partials, you just want to use the include this one, and here you can still, if it is a header like this, then what you can do here, I just okay, here you can create a folder called uh, partials underscore partials to differentiate from this underscore partials, and inside this you can add the header.ejs. Okay, and here you can use the partials routes and whatever you want to add it in the header, you can add it. Let me add the simple header tag like this. And now if you take it here, so we are getting this information error. Just a minute. We will go for layout and main. Somehow it is not rendering. We will discuss this later. I just go here. Now just refresh. Includes. Okay, I find out. I think so. We are not receiving because we need to add the correct folder structure. Just going to say dot slash. Okay. Underscore for shields slash for shields like this, and we need to save it. Go here, refresh. Yeah, we are getting our header and this is our title. Okay, and we don't know why it is not coming, but we will find out that very quick. In post dot title is what we need. That is facing an error. Infos is not defined. Okay, not an issue. I can keep this. It is okay. So what now, the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to set up the that's all here in this views folder. So what is views is basically all our EJS, like we said, all our EJS files will be there. So now next what we're going to set is we're going to create another folder. Okay, inside this user management, going to set the server folder. This is where all our routes going to be there. Okay, inside this routes, the first thing that we're going to add is a folder called controller, and here only all our routes going to be there. So I just going to add controller.js. It's going to be a JS file. Okay, so in this controller.js, all our routes are going to be there. And next one another thing is what we need to add is we need to add a route folder. All our routes are here, but we need to get it from another route, right? So that is why we're just going to have a routes folder. The routes folder only where we will combine everything. Whatever the routes we are creating, we will combine here everything. Okay. Here we're going to create another one that is going to be you can say main route or anything, any name, whatever you want to give, you can name it as it is. Okay. So I'm just going to name it as main routes. Main routes. Here in this main route JS, here we're going to write all the things, and here only all our routes are going to connect, and we're going to connect this with our app.js. Okay, so just going to say import express, okay, import express from express, okay, first thing. And I just going to say const, you know that router equal to, so this is going to set out the express express dot router router express dot router, and here I'm just going to say import, okay, custom route, custom controller from dot slash controllers slash control.js. Don't forget to give this .js. If you don't give means it will throw you an internal error. Okay, so just don't forget to give this. Here I just going to say const whatever we are getting, we're going to destructure here. So what we can do is in app.js, we have this routes, right? Let me cut down this, go for this controller, and here what we can do is just say const home page route. Okay. So this is going to be an act like an arrow function. So I just going to write like this. Okay. And here I can give request response. Okay, let's paste it here. We don't want this anymore. Simply exact same thing. Okay, and here we can say export, not default. I'm just going to say whatever you're going to export, you're going to export here as a default one. Okay, I just say default. The first one is going to be the home page route. Okay, and this home page route you are exporting, it will be gathered in the main routes. So that is what I want to here. You can able to see we are importing whatever the routes here. We are importing in the custom routes. I'm just going to say custom route and I'm going to restructure those things. That is going to be home page. Okay, right now, my case. And the next one is main routes. We're going to set up the routes. So what is the route I want to set is it's going to be the base route. So I just say router dot get is going to be a home page. Then it is going to be home page route. Home page, set of the home page. And it will go to home page routes. The home page route is going to render the index.js file in this infosys file, like infos file, like here it will be that. Okay. So that is what the route page is. Now what we set this one, but we need to add it in our here and we need to set the route. Okay. Set routes. Can we add this one? Simply here we can pass the routes like app.use. If someone comes here, then just redirect to the page here. There all the routes will be there. You will get it. So what can I do? How can we redirect this? I just say import routes from slash dot slash server slash route slash main route. So I can pass the routes page. Okay. So now let me go and save it. If there is no error, we will run successfully. We facing errors, then we are not running successfully. So what we are having is it is triggered alert. It is saying that internal processor, and we cannot find the module of main routes. It's not available. So yeah, I think we missed out main routes dot js. So let us go now. Still routes from dot slash main route and is not provided the extended default requested module is not. It's from slash dot routes. Okay, we are not exported the routes. Okay, I just want to export default. I want to export. I want to export the router. You can see this router, right? So this is what I want to export. So I just go here. Now let us go here. It is running. Okay, perfectly. Okay, we are getting this. Here, if I go here and let me pause here the infos, and now let me ask it in this what layout folder, layout main.js. Let me ask infos dot title here. Okay, it is not working. I think I need a okay, so still this is not rendering. Okay, cool. We will. There is not that much big issue. We will do this after what we have done, after we have completed the things. Okay. So yeah. What we need to do? What I just go for a package.json, EJS, and everything is imported. Just cut down this one, cut down this one, cut down this one, cut down this one. So app here is there, and in app.js file, let me check everything is imported or not. So we have imported the routes, layouts, and express. Everything is there. So the next thing, what this is where the routes is going to be there. Okay. So for example, what you need to do if you want to add another route. That is route is going to be dot slash add. So here you can add your customers. Okay. So you can able to see basically this is not add means it is going to be a post, right? It's going to be a post something, right? It's going to be a post call. So if someone is posting, okay, so what can I do is I can go for the controller and here I can create the route for the controllers. Okay. We add choose this to add routes request dot response res dot render instead of in render I just going to say send. Okay, sorry, added successfully. Okay, so now what we can do, we can give a comma, we add the add for our main route, change this to add, destructure the add. Okay, go for the file, just give a refresh, and if I ask for slash add, you can able to see there is no get is there for slash add, only post is there. So what I need to do, I need to create a post also. Okay, add is for adding post, so here only forms will be there and forms is submitted, then it will be go like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I just going to add the post route, how we added the get route, same like this we're going to have the main post. Not if it is get route, then it is going to be the add. Here we are having this. We say like this, refresh, added successfully. Okay. If there is a post information will be there, then what what we will do is we can do the post route according to it. Actually, this ad is going to be a post route. For example, I'm showing that. Okay. So here it is going to be act like a post route only. Okay. 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 So we added successfully. Then what I need to do, then what we can do is okay. So this is done. So next thing is going to be we added the controllers, we added the views, right? Then next one is going to be actually models, right? So you need to add the models. So where you will add models is, so models is where basically it's going to be the database. Okay. So first you need to connect with your database. So for that, let's go for MongoDB, for Atlas. So it is a cloud database where you can get your you can set up your database here, and you can able to see you can connect all your data with cloud directly cloud itself. Okay. So previously we used the local host to add our data and everything. So here you can directly add it. So that's the difference. Okay. So let us go. It is loading MongoDB database, and once you go for MongoDB database, you need to sign up, and that is pretty easy one. We just want to give you a details, and you just want to sign it, and once it sign up, you can able to see what I going to see, what the screen is going to show you. The exact same thing will be there, and you can follow the step by step instructions to what you want to do, and you can get this. Okay. So here you can see it is asking, or I just have the account, I just go for sign in. If you don't have the account, click on the try free and just go for it. Okay. So in sign in, I'm just going. Meanwhile, what I going to do, I just going to set up the, sorry, sign in with Google. Yeah, sign in with Google, please. Yeah, it's going to be this. So what I'm going to set up is here we're going to set up the .env file. So for ES6, how can we set up this import? Okay. So how can we set this up means you can use the import, and then you need to use the config, and then you need to set it import, say dot env slash config. Okay. So this is what you need to do. And here, once we set it, you can able to store all your here. I will explain that how it will work. Just go here inside it kindly, please. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, here we're going to create a config file that is going to connect with our DB. Okay, I just go here, config, okay, and inside this config we're just going to say db.js, and inside this db.js we're going to connect with our database. Okay, so to connect with our database we need to install a package. Let me add, okay, control plus v, okay, yarn add. So I just going to add the mongoose. Okay, is what we need. So it is an forum for MongoDB database. The code we can easily connect with this MongoDB database and work with this without any issues. So that's what it will do. Okay, so it is installing. It start to install. Meanwhile, I can write the code. I just going to say import. Okay, mongoose from. Okay, it will shows error because it is not yet installed, right? Once it is installed, then it will not do this. Okay, okay. From, okay, mongoose, and here inside this mongoose, here I just going to connect with the database. So I just want the connect from from dot slash, sorry, from mongoose. Okay, and here you need to use a default mongoose dot set. So this is some default warning will be show. So that will be avoided when you set this means set trick query equal to true. Okay, sorry, not true. It's already true, and I just going to make it as false. Okay, and now we're going to connect with our database. So connecting with our database, let's say I'm going to create a function connect DB. It is going to be our function, and here it is going to be an async. So it is going to say an async function, and I'm going to say try and then catch. For example, if it is unfortunately if it is not yet connected, then I can try and catch it. Okay, so I just use, I need the error. Okay, so what I'm going to try is I just going to connect it. I just say const con equal to avoid connect is the function that we need from mongoose, and what I need to connect is that is an URL. So that is the URL that we're going to get it from the MongoDB database. We go here, you can able to see here, click on this, you can able to see add a new project, click on this add new project. Okay, if you click on this add new project, then it will be redirect to the setup, your cloud server setups, and what is the plan that you want to use and what kind of things that you want to use. Everything will be, it will ask, and you can set up that. Once you set it up that, it will use you an URL with the password. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do is, it is taking time, so I just going to use my previous URL. Okay, so yeah, previous URL. So the URL will look like this. Let me show you this. The URL will look like this. Okay. So it will be look like this. The only thing is, here you need to give your name and password. There will be a field will be there. In that field, name and password will be there. So this password you need to copy and paste it. And what you need to do is you need to just cut down this, go for your env file, and keep it safe here. Okay, so I just going to name it as db all caps database underscore url. Okay, equal to, going to paste it here. Okay, so only thing is you need to do is, here it will ask for password. You just want to remove this and you need to put your own password. Okay, so now I just going to connect here. Okay, so I just want to access this. That is going to be, how can I access this? I can call access by process.env dot, and what is the name that you have given for that URL you just want to give it. Why we are adding to the env file is because this env file is not going to be uploaded to the GitHub. It will be a secret place where all our API keys and everything will be there. Okay, no one is going to see this. Okay, so that's the reason. So and here, if it is successfully added, then we need to add console.log successfully added plus connection which code that is successfully added on. Okay, I just going to take this, and here what I want to do is I just want to export. default, what I want to export is this connection DB. Okay, I'm just going to export it. And you will find out why, because you need to run it when this app.js file is run. Okay, so before this routes, I just want to run my setup. So you can say DB database setting like this. Okay, and here I can say connect DB just imported, just run this function. Okay, now let me execute it with yarn start. Okay, we run it, you will get port is listening on 500, and if the function is successfully added with the database, you need to get successfully connected with the database, but here it is not giving successfully connected with the database. So what we need to do, we need to check out our DB. Here, if it is an error, control.log, like this. I'm saving this, and you can notice this is also not working. So which means export DB is there. Go for our app.js, check it whether our config file dot server config db.js is successfully added. Here it is running successfully. It is listening. Maybe it will happen because also and uh, because also I have low network issue. Let me check that one. Can we do this? Okay. Let me do one thing. Go for control.js. No, go for db.js. And before this one, let me as error. You can notice that we are facing error. Actually, it is taking some time. So we are getting the error message. So which means our database is not added successfully. We are getting the error. Let me see what kind of error that we are getting. It is taking some time, guys, so that is why you can see this we having the error. It is telling that we are facing an error. Let me see this, what is the error that we are getting. The error we are getting is come again. Okay, so we will, what we can do, we can create the models here. Okay, so we will get the error. What is the error that we are getting is, so could not connect to any server in the MongoDB Atlas cluster. Common reason that you are trying to access the database from IFIN that is whitelisted. Make sure the IP address in the Atlas cluster whitelisted http.mongo. I think it has happened in here. MongoDB. Let us go for Atlas. Okay, Atlas. Okay, let us sign in. Let's go for sign in. Go for sign in. Okay. So meanwhile, what can I do is I can set up the another folder. So here in the server, that is going to be our model folder. What is model actually? So this is the last one, MVC. So model is going to be the, here only we will set all our schemas. Okay. For example, if I want to add the user, right? I can say user.js. Here I can set up the schema of the folder. Okay. So how can we set up this? Simply import schema. Let me know one thing, whether this mongoose is added successfully or not. We forgot that one. Mongoose added. Okay, successfully, no problem. So what we can go is, yeah, here you can able to see this is our database actually. Before that, before solving this error, let me complete this one. Where user.js. Yeah, here. Schema, and we need the modal. Schema is basically going to tell the structure of our file. We just can say user schema. Okay, okay, and I just need to say new. So So what can I do is click on this, click on a new project. Okay, it will create a new project for us. We don't want to use the original project. So what we can do, we can take this new project, and then what you can see is new schema here. So here I just going to copy paste several things. You don't want to worry, it is going to be the same thing. Okay. So how my database structure will look, that's what you can see. So it is going to contain a first name, last name, email, telephone, lot of things is there. Let us consider first name and last name. It is going to be the type string and it is required equal to true. That's what it is. The next thing is we need to set up the model. We're just going to say user model equal to model. Okay. Model, that is going to be the table name. It is going to say user. It will be automatically changed into plural form. You don't want to worry. Then user schema. What I want to export is export default user model. Okay, export default user model. So this is what I need to export. Okay. Now the project name is going to be user underscore one manage. Okay. I just going to click on next, and it is going to be do the work for us, and it is going to be, I just want to don't want to do anything. I just say create project for me. Okay. So the next one, once it is we added here, once this user model is added here, so where we need to import is we need to import it in the controllers. Okay. So why I need to import in controllers, because in controllers only we're going to set up everything, right? We're going to set up everything and we need to import it here. So I just say import user model from dot slash user dot as. Okay. So here I'm just going to say build database. Click on this build database. It will open up and we need to set up few things. And once we set up, yeah, this is the thing. What is the server that you want to use and what place that you want to use and everything. So for place, let me go for the nearby space that we have. It's going to be actually I think Mumbai, Cape Town, Midwest, Australia, Hyderabad. We have Hyderabad and Mumbai. Let us go for Hyderabad. Click go for AWS and go for zero plan that gives you 512 512B shared storage, and it is going to have a cluster. I just going to name this as so this creator. I just say cluster one. Okay. And all other things are going to be same. I just going to say create database for me, and it is going to ask for an authentication. It will be come next to it. Okay. Once it is come, you can able to see the username and password. Just copy this one. Okay. Password, just copy it. And username, let me keep this username as at this. Let's go for this our env file. Let's paste it here somewhere and paste this username also. Okay. For username, I will change this to just my name, K Hari Prasad. Okay. And I just going to mention it here. Okay. And I just click on create users, and it is going to create the username is created for us. Now you can able to see the IP address and everything is there. We just say finish and close, go for my database. Now the database is created for us. You can see this once it is came. Okay. Let me show you. Yeah. Now click on this connect. Click on MongoDB for VS Code. You can able to get this one. So this is the link that actually we having. Now what I want to do is remove this, paste it here. You can notice that the password here is right. Replace the password with our the password that we get here. Let us copy and then paste it. And that's it. You don't want anything. Let's save it now and then just close it here. Okay. Now let us go here and let us look for the changes to happen beyond start. Okay. Let me see what we are getting now. You can able to see successfully connected with, and the database, which database that we have connected, successfully connected. So now it is saying that we successfully connected, but we don't know how it doesn't have anything, right? You can see it is containing loading, and we don't have the database structure, and you can see it is showing something like this because there is no data is added. So what I'm going to do is in this add route, in the we imported this is model, that is fine. Go for main routes, We don't want this, we don't want this, we don't want this, we don't want this. Here in this user model, what we going to do? Know what is the schema of our browser is, and two things, one is last name and another one is going to be the first name. Let us open the schema for us inside the model user.js. One is the last name and another one is first name and last name. So in controller, in add, what can I do is I can say, I can say main route here, main route.js. Okay, router main router.js, and here we are also having the post, and post is also going to use this one only. Okay, so what I'm going to do, oh, if it is going to be a post route, so I just going to say, sorry. Okay, so what can we do is inside this home, let me do straightforward. We having going to have the not here controller. Inside this, I just going to create const. We are directly giving, instead of using form, I'm going to directly giving a const, um, what we can say, const user info equal to new. We need to use this model, okay, new model, and here I just going to say first name. Okay, we will use request dot body dot first name. We will get it from the form, right? So here the first name is just going to give my name directly, and the last name is going to be the last name of the person, like this. Okay, and what we need to do is what we are going to do is, once it is going to be an asynchronous process, so I just say async. Okay, and I just going to say try this. Okay, and once the model is added, I need to say await here, and I just want to say user info dot save. It is going to be saved to our database. Once it is saved, I just want to say console dot log. Okay, successfully saved. Saved here. Okay, else, or I can say catch. You can say rest dot send, like this. Instead of here, we can say like this, and send. What we can do is error, like this. Okay, it is not added. So now what I'm going to do, I just going to run this add route. Okay, and we need to post something because we also having get route, that is also here. So what I need to do, I need to post something. So I just go, this is add route. So in add route, it is going to say as, it is going to be a get route. So I need to pass the post request. So how can we pass the post request? Again, take up this URL, go for Postman. Okay, go for Postman, and here once it is opened, just change the URL and post it. And for differentiate from get route, I can say here added successfully to DB. That will be better, right? So it is a get route. So here you're not going to get anything because there is no, we haven't to send any default route. That's the thing. So I just going to say restart send. I just say like index. Let us say it is an index page. It is entering the index page. Okay, if it is an get route. Okay, okay, we are getting added successfully. Let me check that. Okay, this do one thing. Add going to be a good page. Okay, ad is going to be adding something. Let me do like this. Okay, and what I'm going to do here, we having this ad, we having post, and this is the previous info. I just don't want to, you can pause it here also and you can get it, but there we have already. So just going to say could not view console. Why? Post http dot add. Okay, it is going to be not 3000, it is going to be 5000 in my case. I just send the request, post error. Okay. That, close it down. Yeah, it is showing me, yeah, added to successfully to the database. So now let us go for db and give a refresh. Let me check whether our database added successfully or not. Give him a refresh and just click on this database. Once it is rendered, so I'm having some poor network connection disturbance. That is the reason it is showing this. I just click on this one, or just click on browse collection. This is our test, and test is going to be actually our file, and you can see that it is added successfully. Like a lot of things, a lot of times it is just added successfully. And here what you need to do, if it is already exist, then I don't want to add it. If I don't, here you can see where everything is at. If it is already exist, I don't want to add it. If it is already not exist, then I need to add it. Like this, you need to write your db connect and everything. So this is actually the database that we have created, and the database name is changed to user, and it contains first name and last name. And if you're not giving any first name and last name, okay, if you're not giving any first name and last name, if I don't give this last name, try to save this one, you can able to see what we are getting in the console. Port is listening, successfully connected with the db. And if I just make the postman request to send the post request, it is crash. It is telling that capture error is 9890. Oh, it is an internal error. Cannot set the header after send to this. Okay, so I'm just sending this one, right? So that is the reason. That is the reason. That is fine. Okay. So this one added successfully, connected successfully to database. Next one. And if we go for Postman and we send the request, now let's see that without a first name, without last name, what is happening? Whether we getting the successfully added to DB or anything what we are getting here. You can see we are getting an error. So why we are getting an error? Because that is a required one. That is a required one. If you catch the error, you can able to find that what is that error. You catch the error and ask what is the error that I'm getting. Okay, like this. The Postman just running. View it in the console. Yeah, what is the error that I'm getting? I want that error. Okay, or else you can ask it in the console also, console.log. What is the E? Okay. Again, if I sending it, go for it. In console, you can able to see this rest.string status is internally found, deprecated. Not this one. start listening to the port, successfully connected with the database. If we send the request, we are getting the error. The error is invalid status code. It is going to be an error. So this is what we are getting. Actually, what is the error? It will say is means the record field is missing. So that's what it is. If the record field is not missing, then it will go fine. Last name, Hari Vikram, like this. If I added it here, now you can see port listening to the 500 and successfully connected with the database, and then no console will come. If it is there, it will we will get it in the Postman. We will get it in the Postman. Successfully added to database. See, port 500 connected with the database. Success. Right now, you just if you refresh this page, you just refresh is not here. Okay, I just reload the page. Yeah, we are getting. Are you? Right, only one time it is coming during the time of status success. So that's the reason this is how you need to build. So now what you need to do is your work is you just want to be structured the file to according to the MVC pattern. Views is there, controllers is there, models is there. Models is going to contain all your user schemas. If you create much more routes, it will be in the model routes. Controllers where all your controllers are going to be there, and routers is going to be contain all your routes files. It's going to be controller group together all your control files. Config is your DB database file, and everything is in the server side. And view side is basically going to be your EJS template we have returned here. It is going to be inside this views folder, and here only we're going to add the front end part with the help of EJS. We're going to add, and we have the layout things, and we have the partial things, and so much of things is there, and we can use this. Okay, so now we have created for only get the home page and add the home page. Delete the page is also same like this. If you have database, if you want to delete it, if you some routes they are going, it will be deleted. So now your look is take out the dog API and just add all your routes here and set according to this package. Okay, so according to the structure of the MVC pattern. That's what it is. So the whole project, the idea is going to be working with the structured MVC architecture and how clean everything is structured instead of writing everything in a single app.js file. You can structure like this. It will be really helpful when you are building and big applications that you are going to be in production. So you can do like this, then it will be really helpful. Okay, so all your front ends will be there in views and all your backends will be there in the servers. Okay, so that's what it is, guys. See you in the next project. Thank you so much. Thank you all.